So I'm going to be doing the Goth Tag, and this is the same day that the last tag came up on. I'm just doing like a mass amount of videos at the same time. So the first question is, how long have I been goth? I've been goth for a really long time, probably since I was like 4 or 5 is when I started asking my mother for dark clothing and wanting to just be wearing all dark clothing. I would color pictures black. Black, gray, and red were my favorite colors back then, so when I was younger, that was, yeah, that's when I started being goth. I would attempt to do makeup black. I always walked around looking like I had black eyes. It was rather entertaining. I got a notification. Sorry, that was like hand. Hi, how are you? How was I introduced to the goth culture? A lot of how I was introduced to the goth culture was by my sister, by the music she listened to, and because this was just like how I liked dressing. I loved dressing, oh my god. I loved dressing in all black. I like black tutus and things like that. But my sister played a huge part in how I grew up to be. She was constantly like a little vampire. It'd be like 103 outside because we live in Tucson, Arizona. But it'd be like 103 outside. She'd be wearing a hoodie that was like all black because she burned super easily, and when she burned bad. But she constantly dressed in black. She always had like the skinny jeans and black hair that she dyed constantly, black makeup. So she was a massive influence on how I am today. She also introduced me to a lot of the music that I like nowadays. Not like a whole heck of a lot, but quite a bit of music she introduced me to, so it was a mix of my sister and myself. When I was younger, I was always more into the darker things, I guess you'd call them. Like, I would constantly be out at night or be outside when it was nighttime. And it was entertaining because my mom used to call me like her little vampire because I'd try to stay up as long as I could. And my mom never really enforced bedtimes on me because she knew I'd just break them anyways. So she just more or less let me be me. And she also played a massive part on how I was. I always thought it was cool, and then my mom just told me to do whatever I felt like doing, so she was a massive influence. Both my sister, my mother, and myself. What subgenre do I put myself in? I don't put myself in a subgenre because I take little bits and pieces of things that I like and I just like incorporate them into my daily outfit or like how I am. So I wouldn't put myself in a subgenre. What do you believe to be the basis of goth? That's not really for me to decide, but oftentimes I would say it would be like the way somebody dresses, the way somebody is, like it's a mindset. It's not really just like one little thing. Like for me, I have a really dark mindset. I've always been fascinated with the darker things of life. Like I love taxidermy. I always would collect, like, if there was, like, a dead animal out there, like, out in the wild, and it was already, like, pretty dried up and pretty picked at and destroyed, I'd get, like, bones and stuff and put them in jars and make my own little, like, deathly thing, so that was another massive thing I would do, but I wouldn't just say, like, there's one thing that contributes to the goth subculture or the goth culture in general, because it's multiple things. Like, for me, I would say music, the way people dress, the way people think is a massive part. Like, goths are not only darkly inclined, I guess, but they're not only darkly inclined, but they're like the unicorns of the common world. Because, sure, you have people who dress slightly different from everybody, but goths are like, no, fam, I'm here, I'm a freaking unicorn, take me or leave me. So, that's a big thing that I consider a part of the goth subculture. What do I dislike about being goth? A big thing I don't like about being goth is all the people who more or less troll on the internet. Like, I was a part of this group, and I got told that I was not goth for the simple fact one day I was wearing an all-pink outfit. And I was told I was not goth because I did not dress in all black that day. So, the one part of the goth culture that I really don't like is all the people who think they're higher than everybody else and more or less tell everybody, oh, hey, you're not goth because of this, or hey, you're not this because you do a certain thing. I hate that. So, that's a big thing I don't like about the goth subculture. What do my parents think about me being goth? My mother is extremely accepting. She is very much so everything I ever wanted her to be, because she tells me I can be whatever I want to be and not to listen to what anybody else says. She's a big reason why I am so independent today. She taught me I don't have to rely on anybody. So she was a huge, huge part of how I am today, and she told me to just be me, and she was very supportive of however I wanted to dress, however, not really I wanted to act, but you get the general idea. She was so helpful. My stepfather, on the other hand, sometimes thinks that I am a Satanist and things like that because I dress the way I do. And it's irritating, but I guess I see where he gets it. Like, I really don't care though, so I just mainly go by what my mother tells me. Eyebrows or no eyebrows, I'm assuming this is my opinion on what's goth, eyebrows or no eyebrows. Me personally, I have my eyebrows, I have my natural eyebrows, and it's not my choice to decide what other people do, so my business is me. It's not anybody else. What is my favorite band? I do not have a favorite band. I have some bands I like currently, which are things like Korn, Him, Disturbed. I like Marilyn Manson. I like Papa Roach. I have so many I have like those sets of bands, and then I have like things like baby metal and nightcore and things like that. So I'm a very weird person. My opinion on Marilyn Manson. I like Marilyn Manson. I don't care if he's not technically considered goth, because I like him, and that's all that matters to me, is that I like him. I've been told I'm not goth for liking him, or I'm a poser for liking him, so I don't really care. I like him, that's all that matters, and I think the way he dresses is kind of cool, or the way he used to dress, I guess. Yeah. what were my baby bat days like? God. I don't really know how to answer this question because I don't really know when they supposedly started. I've always been this way. This is just me. Like, I've always been darkly inclined, and honestly, I used to get made fun of a lot for it because I'm a decently heavy person. I'm not precisely the skinniest person alive, but I used to get made fun of a lot for the way I dressed, the way I act, what music I liked. So they were bad, but they were good too, because it taught me how to be independent. It taught me how not to be one of the crowd, not to just follow people. It taught me to be myself. So my baby bat days were very influential to me. And this was the Goth Tag. A lot of these I actually got from watching a YouTuber called Toxic Tears. So if you want to check her out, just type in Toxic Tears and she'll pop right up. She's amazing. I love her. But thank you for watching. Have a nice day.